Hi everyone, welcome back to Resin Me Up. So this is Wednesday, coasting through the week. And as you can see, I've got a oblong coaster today. And we're going to do something that I have never done before. Not technique wise, not I don't even really know how to explain it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this, and then this make is going to transfer into Froggy Friday. And this was a kind of sort of suggestion from a subscriber. So on a different wavelength, I'm kind of taking her suggestion and turning it into my own idea. So I've got my resin mixed up here, and basically all we're going to do to this coaster is we're going to turn it into a marbled green. And then I can't give too much away because I don't want you to know what I'm going to be using it for. So it's not going to be very exciting today. It's just going to be a very pretty, I'm going to try different greens in the Let's Resin alcohol inks. So I pulled out olive green, dark moss green, yellow green, and citrus green. So we're going to see what colors that gives us. And those colors remind me of colors of grass. So that's about all I'm going to give you guys. So my resin is mixed up, I think. Check here. Yep, I think it's good. So coasting through the week, we're just going to make this here coaster tray into a beautiful base for something we're going to do on Froggy Friday. So let's see how pretty we can make this, okay? And I've got lots of resin here, so, but that's on purpose. Okay, I'm going to spritz this with alcohol. And then we're going to pour in some clear. Just a little bit. Just enough to cover that bottom for at the moment. Sure everything's covered. Get my heat gun out here. Pop some bubbles. Okay. Now, I am using the Bond Crafter 1-to-1. Let me put my other glove on here. I had to take it off because I was messing with some other stuff. Okay. Let's see. Let's start with the citrus green. Give these a little shake. And we'll put a drop here, 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 here. And then give this a little shake first. We'll do the yellow green. Because you know how grass has different shades of green in it. And then we'll go with the dark moss green. And we'll go right down the center with that. And then we'll try the olive green. These are all pretty colors, don't you think? Not digging that olive green, so I'm not going to put much of that in there. Go back to the yellow green. That olive green has a lot of brown in it. And I do like this citrus green. Yeah, we don't like the olive green. That's kind of a icky color for what I'm trying to do anyway. Okay. Ugh, and leave it to me to get it on my hands. Can't see if it's full. Yep, it is full. Swirl this around in some of these empty spots. I'm not adding anything else, no weight. Just break up these darker spots. Get some of this olive out of here so it's not all bunched into one spot. Okay, that is pretty much all we're going to do with this at this moment. So I will spritz. And we'll let that cure. And then we'll be back and I'll show you what else we're going to do for today for this. Because, you know, I just can't do that and just let it go, right? Be the shortest video in history. Okay, we'll be back when this is cured and we'll move on to the next step. Bye. Hi everyone, welcome back. This is ready to be taken out of here. So let's see. It's a little bendy, but nothing too dramatic. Hey, Bubba. Milo's looking at me out the window or through the window. All right. So that's what it looks like. Which is perfectly great. Just basically what I need it for. Okay. So now I've got a couple things over here that I poured. Just extra little thingies. I don't know what they're going to look like. And I don't, like I said, I don't know. These are matte molds, so they may not even be what I need. I just had them over here and I thought, I said I may use something totally different. I don't know. I just poured these just in case. And this is the mushroom and the snail mold. Some of you will remember this from Halloween. My Halloween. Go ahead and clean this up while I'm doing it, because otherwise I'll forget. Usually I use UV resin in these, but today I used resin. Okay. All right, there's that one. Now, let's see how this one turned out. Ah, perfect. That one doesn't need any cleanup. That one needs a little cleanup around the edges. Okay, so as you remember, and some of you may or may not, from the Halloween exhibit, I made these, and they're little mushrooms. And I just glued, I think this one goes with this one. Yeah. I made these, but I don't know if I'm going to use them yet in this display. But at least I have them if I decide to. Okay, y'all, I had to go on a hunt because I misplaced an item and I couldn't find it, and I finally found it. My goodness, I hate it when I misplace things. Okay, so turns out we're not going to use this because it's too thick. And so here's what we're going to be using. A little fence. It's going to go right there. And then our little tree stump, once I get done embellishing it, is going to go up here in this corner. Then this is going to go on top of it, I think. Maybe. It might be too big. I do want to use the tree stump, but we may have to not put it on top of that. But let's just, I'll tell you as I go along. Got out my rub and buff, and we're going to embellish these as we go. You know how I love my rub and buff. Sorry, I'm going to get these. Embellished here. Probably should use a brown on this as well. Don't recall any tree stumps being gray, but we'll try this color on it first. So there's our little tree stump. That looks perfect. Okay, so now I need to use the silver on that. Okay. I mean, let's do the silver, because that's what I originally wanted. Silver is really not going to show up, so maybe we will have to do the bronze. Okay. I can do that. An antique looking flower pot. Trying not to make this like a 100-hour video. Okay, so you open my UV resin here that I just got today. I was completely out. Thank goodness it showed up today. And this time I ordered big bottles. I got this from Renee's live. Okay, so to make this a flower pot, we are going to put these little tiny fake flowers in there. So this is going to go in the center, and then I'm going to stick these little ones around the outside. So basically, I'm just going to throw some UV resin down here on the bottom, enough to hold all those things in place. Get my flashlight here. And we've got 3 flowers here. And hopefully I can get them in there. Okay. So there's that cute little flower pot. All right. Now, this is going to go in this corner just like that, but we're going to put down that fence. So I need to put a little UV resin down here. And then stick that fence right in it. And then we're going to cure that. Okay, next, that's going to go right there. So we'll go ahead and put that down as well. Make it permanent. And I'll have to do this from the underside. Stay there. Okay, there's that. That's still a little bendy, so. All right, now, well, ouch, what we're going to do is, kicked my chair. We're not going to use these. We're going to use these instead. But we're not going to use this because it's too thick. So the highlight of this whole thing is going to sit in this corner. So we need to have a little pathway that's going to go to that. Okay, y'all, I went ahead and went with the glow in the dark. I went ahead and put them down, and that's where they're going to be, and that's where they're going to stop. So next, we are going to add our little mushrooms. I think this might have to be added on Froggy Friday because I'm not quite sure where that's going to need to go. So we got 4 colors of mushrooms here. We've got yellow, red, blue, and green. So what I'm thinking is we're going to put 1, 2, and then 3, and then 4. So let me get some resin on these so we can get those down. So we'll start with the blue one. Let's go with yellow. Okay, now let's put red one up there. I don't think I have any other colors besides those. Let me look. Oh, I have orange. Let's do orange instead of red. Or purple. I just don't want red and green to be next to each other. So we have orange and we have purple. Let's go with orange. And we'll put the yellow or orange one right there. Whoops, got to turn the light around there, Mary. Can't turn it on with the lens. I just need to cure it enough to keep it in place. Now we'll put the green one on. And we'll put it right there. Would this not be cool if they glowed in the dark too? You know me and my glow in the dark. All right, so there's that. So now that we have those in place, I want to put a little dragonfly here on those. So let's just put a little dab of UV on this, and we'll hit that torch there. And that. And then we're going to put a butterfly on the mushroom, on a mushroom. Let's see, shall we put it on the orange one? If I can hang on to it. And then the rest of this is going to go around the flower pot, flowers. So like a flower garden type thing. And where should we put, we'll put the ladybug on the stump wherever he's going to go. Okay, so flowers. Put one there. Let me just put down some. I was just going to put down UV resin, but I don't want to do that. Just enough to get those cured. Tweezers. There. I think this one's too big. Put that one right there. That one back there. Purple one. Right there. Let's see if I have any bigger ones like that one. I know I do. In like other colors. Let's see, I've got that color. Where I have that color. Let's see which one looks best. Probably pink. Let's do pink. Do pink right there. And I think that's all I'm going to do to it for right now. Looks like it's leaning just a little bit. Okay. And then that'll be it as far as the, gosh, that would be so cute with flowers on there too. Heck, why not? Nice well. we will wait and do any more to this until, I like my little snail too. Isn't he cute? We could put the snail on there, but I don't like that he's all pink. Maybe I'll make another snail to put in there, but I'll do him in some different colors with some UV resin. And then we can put him right there. Okay. Whoa. That is all we're going to do for this. So I am going to call this my half finished piece for Coasting Through the Week. And Coasting Through the Week is a collab between myself, Marva, and Tammy over at Epoxy Me That, Marva with Marvelous Artsy. We always have other people join us. I did see Karen from the Dragon's Cave. She's already got hers ready. I think Lula joins every other week. And Laura from Laura's Art Corner, she was getting moved. I think she settled, but I'm not sure if there'll be a video from her. And then Kernix, Nikki over at Kernix, she joined last week, but I don't know if she's joining this week. Amy, shoot, her channel just slipped my mind. But Amy joined us last week. Not sure if she's joining this week. So we have lots of people out there that do join us. If you want to join, just shoot me an email, resinmeup23@gmail.com, and I will be happy to add your video to our playlist. So this is my partial make for Coasting Through the Week, and you will see the finished make on Froggy Friday. All right? All right, guys, remember, stay curious and stay creative and always stay positive. We'll see you on Froggy Friday for the finish of this. All right, everyone. Good night.